Well, looky, looky. Spain is taking a page out of Santa Claus playbook and keeping a list if you're naughty. Thank you for tuning in to Hard News TV4. I'm your host, Terry Lynn, and this is the channel where truth is like archaeology, and every day we're digging for it. Today is December 28, 2020, and this first article is from December 27th out of Spain. In Spain, a register for those who refuse the vaccine. It will be shared with other EU countries. The register will not be public, but sharing it with other European countries could lead to a travel ban. Y'all, it's bigger than that. A register, a list of names is being made of people who refuse the vaccine. So let's say you go into the doctor. You need just your physical. It's your yearly physical. You need it for work. The doctor says, I need to give you the vaccine. You're like, no, I'm not going to take the vaccine right now. I'm going to wait and see. You're going on a list for simply refusing the vaccine. You are going to be written down. They will keep a log of the people that don't want to go along with this. The news was in the air for days, and now it's official. In Spain, there will be a register of people who refuse the virus vaccine. Y'all, don't think that the only country that's going to do this is Spain. Okay, they're going to be sharing this information with other countries, so you can be sure that those other countries are going to reciprocate and give Spain a list of their people who's not being vaccinated. Just like the no-fly zone. And once they decide who they want to come after, the vaccine hesitant, the super spreaders, whatever name they want to put on us, they're going to know our names and our addresses. Jesus says, consider the cost. Consider the cost. We are about to have to make some choices. Let's go to article number 2. I had not seen this. A subscriber sent it to me in an email. Pope Francis is rumored to be resigning after Christmas. Now, this was from December 23rd, so I guess at any point Pope Francis is going to resign. I can't help but wonder if this is not prophetic and going to open the door for the Antichrist to emerge. There's going to be a vacuum there, and is the Antichrist about to be revealed? We're seeing a global shift, the new normal, power structures changing. We are about to see something biblical. Pope Francis rumored to be resigning after Christmas, according to sources at the Vatican. Here's another article from December 17th from France 24 News. Pope without a doubt. The Pope will resign after Christmas when Francis has pledged to follow Pope Benedict. Let's go to article number 4 out of Nashville. Nashville bomber was paranoid about it, but how did the crazy theory that 5G spreads the virus rip across the globe, spurred on by TikTok, David Icke, an anti-vaxxer nurse, and Jeremy Corbyn's brother? Y'all, you know where I see this going? Just how they say it's a privilege to drive a vehicle, they are going to say it's a privilege to get on the internet. And if you can't use the internet responsibly and propagate the national and universal narrative that they want to be globally spread, they are going to keep you from accessing the internet. All right? So let's look at this article and the next one. The devastating virus crisis that has ripped across the world this year has fueled the rise of the phrase the new normal, as people adapted to a different way of living. But as the wave of the pandemic rolled from the Far East to the West, it also catalyzed a surge in more abnormal thinking and behavior. Abnormal thinking and behavior. We have abnormal thinking and behavior. And we're the only ones reading and researching. Everybody else is like damn little birds with their mouth open. Chirp, 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 feed me, mama. Chirp, chirp, chirp. And we're trying to get to the truth ourselves. We're looking at official documents, patents, who has invested into what? We are deep diving into the truth, but they're calling that abnormal thinking. In the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, we were taught how to think. But now this world does not want you to think. That's abnormal behavior. Conspiracy theorists have made false and unsubstantiated claims, but yet we're the ones researching that the virus was caused or helped by 5G masts, which were being built to support the new wireless technology that quickens internet speed. And we've been seeing all the 5Gs go up while we've been on lockdown, haven't we? That's not abnormal thinking or behavior. We see it. The fake beliefs were made popular by social media sites like TikTok, and now infamous conspiracy theorists, including former footballer David Icke and ex-labor leader Jeremy Corbyn's brother Piers. Since then, the fake theories have led to the dangerous anti-vax movement. No, people were anti-vax before this, which has been supported by suspended NHS nurse Kate, I don't know how to say her name. Most chillingly, here comes the spin and the guilty by association, bomber Anthony Quinn Warner, who attacked the AT&T building in Nashville in the U.S. on Christmas Day, was possibly spurred on by his belief that 5G cell technology was killing people. Here, Mail Online looked at the key members of these false conspiracy groups, how they peddled their lies during the coronavirus crisis. So it just goes on to call out people, to demonize people, to vilify people who are looking at official documents, who are investigating how technology works, who are learning about the mRNA vaccine, which they tell us is going to be the first mRNA vaccine. But when we use our critical thinking skills, we're abnormal and we're vilified. Okay, and I think this was a false flag stage event that happened in Nashville. I don't even think this person was real, and I'm putting it on the record. They had to have something to point to demonize people, because the vax is about to roll out at the same time the 5G is about to roll out. So they needed to point to something so your relatives can say, oh, my aunt believes just like that man did, or my mama believes just like that man did. People are going to start turning on you, going to start turning on me. We have to have a steel rod in our back and not cave. They had to use a false flag to demonize our ideologies, and it's not going to be good. Let's look at 4A. Oh, revelations revealed the Nashville bomber Anthony Warner targeted AT&T after his father, who worked for a subsidiary, died of dementia, fueling his conspiracy theory that 5G is killing people. Okay? Warner's father died of dementia after a career spent working for Bell South. The baby Bell split off from AT&T and was acquired by the phone giant in 2006. Investigators believe his father's death fueled Warner's 5G conspiracy theories. Okay, y'all. So how are they finding out so much about this man, okay? The man's daddy died of dementia, but now they know that his father's death fueled his mind, okay? Fueled his mind. What, everything else is going to be blown to pieces, but there's going to be his diary still in place for them to know what his psychic place was, you know, where he was thinking. And to me, he doesn't look 63 years old, but that's something else. Nashville bomber Anthony Quinn Warner hoped he would be hailed as a hero. How do they know? How do they know where his mind was? That he wanted to be a hero, that his dad's dementia contributed to this. If he was conveying these feelings to somebody else, oh, I might take out this and do this because I'm mad at AT&T for doing my daddy like this, and Or wouldn't they have called and said, I think he's losing his mind, somebody needs to come pick him up? The 63-year-old computer tech who died is the suspected suicide blast, but was identified Sunday from DNA found in his mangled RV, was heavily into conspiracy theories. Now not just 5G, now he was heavily into conspiracy theories. Y'all, they're going to start trying to silence our voices. So I'm going to keep trying to wake up as many people as I can, because they are going to want to get more control of the global narrative. Let's go to article number 5. This is from today, from Reuters. Approval of Oxford AstraZeneca virus shot could help the relax virus restrictions. So here we go. Get your vaccination and you can go back to normal. It's never going back to normal. The economies are destroyed. Businesses are not coming back. People will be in foreclosure, bankruptcy, people at each other's throat. The division has started, but they want to lie and give you false hope that if you go on and take your little mandated vax, it's going to relax the restrictions and life is going to be good again. British regulatory approval of the Vax candidate developed by Oxford University and AstraZeneca could help accelerate the lifting of the virus restrictions, Cabinet Officer Minister Michael Gove said on Monday. Gove said that the independent regulator had to assess the vaccine, but if it was approved, there would be a significant increase in the vaccine availability. If we do get the authorization for the vax and the rollout goes according to plan, then we will be able to progressively lift some of the restrictions which have made life so difficult for so many. Really? Let's go to article number 6. This article is from today. World's first Lyris human challenge, like the Tide Pod challenge and the water bucket challenge. World's first COVID human challenge begins as UK prepares to infect 2,500 volunteers. 2,500 healthy Britons are about to participate in the world's first Lyris human challenge, letting the government infect them with SARS-CoV-2 in order to see how the virus reacts to an experimental vaccine. So if these people are willingly going to take it, and they're not afraid of dying, but now they're going to give them the vaccine, would y'all be human guinea pigs for this? But yet we can't just catch it on our own and get an immunity to it, which I don't even think is real. I think they're putting any kind of sickness, they're labeling it with the name COVID on it, including amputations and car wrecks and motorcycle wrecks and even a murder-suicide. Okay? The 5th stage of the study, conducted by Imperial College, the National Health Service's Royal Free Hospital, and H. Vivo experts in viral human challenge models, kicks off in January and will track an initial group of 90 subjects aged 18 to 30 who will receive an experimental nasal vaccine before being infected with the disease in a secure biocontainment suite. I did a video about, was this going to be a nasal injection? Y'all remember that? And that's why that they were popping the cherry in the nose that separates the brain-blood barrier. And they're sticking that big old long Q-tip up there to break it. Even Chris Wallace on Fox, I did a video on it, said it felt like it was going straight up to his brain. They will receive an experimental nasal vaccine. And remember we were talking about that's how they vaccinate animals, through the nose? Is that what they think about us? That we're just sheep to the slaughter? Let's go to article number 7. This is from the Business Insider from today. Under cover of darkness, hundreds of skiers secretly escaped from the virus quarantines at a resort in the Swiss Alps. Do y'all want to think about the headline before I tell y'all why I call BS on this? Under cover of darkness, hundreds of skiers secretly escaped from the virus quarantines at a resort in the Swiss Alps. Now, they might can fool a 16-year-old with some of this BS that they trying to pull, but I've done lived a long time, and I've done seen a lot of lies, and I've done heard a lot of game, and I am not falling for this. So let's dissect this crazy story. More than 400, think about 400 people in a room. More than 400 British tourists in Verbier, a popular ski resort in the Swiss Alps, were told to quarantine. 400 people told to quarantine for 10 days as authorities sought to control the spread of the new virus variant recently discovered in the UK. 400 people told to quarantine. 400 people, y'all. Think about an auditorium, maybe at your little kids' schools, with 400 people in there at this ski resort. But the British holiday makers quickly began to disappear. This is like a B movie on Netflix or something. By Sunday, fewer than a dozen of these people remained. So, within a few days, hundreds of people were able to tiptoe out like a little cartoon on the Pink Panther. Tip, 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 tip! With no workers seeing them, no surveillance cameras seeing them. The parking lot wasn't blocked off to keep anybody from getting out. When shifts were changing, they weren't noticing hundreds of cars disappearing, how these people got there. By Sunday, fewer than a dozen people remained, authorities told the German news outlet. Hotelers in the Alpine village realized something was wrong. What made them realize something was wrong? When meals were left outside the rooms uneaten and phone calls went unanswered. Many of them stayed in quarantine for a day before they set off unnoticed under the cover of darkness. This is juvenile science fiction. A sixth grader could write something like this, okay? My cognitive ability to think goes above this. There would be more indications besides food outside of their room service door of 400 people that were disappearing. And all y'all's employees was sleeping. Y'all were so dumb y'all didn't see the parking lot getting emptied out. Y'all need to go play this game somewhere else. Let's go to article number 8. This article is from today out of the Gateway Pundit. Police raid Stockton hair salon for daring to open amid Governor Newsom's shutdown order. And y'all look at the picture. These policemen should be ashamed of themselves, standing in there like they, what's the guy's name? Chuck Norris or something. Standing there like they Rambo. We big, watch. We come and shut down a nail salon. Bravely putting their lives on the line to protect the public from hairstylists serving customers. Police in Stockton, California, raided Pump Salon just before Christmas and ordered the place to close as it has been operating in defiance of Governor Newsom's shutdown orders. About 5 armed state police officers burst into our salon shouting, "Drop everything you're doing. Stop. You're being shut down," salon co-owner Vicky Kirk told ABC 10 News. You think they're going to give us our lives back? Okay, it was just like a drug raid. The officers from the Enforcement Division of Department of Consumer Affairs tried to cool tempers as shouting and expletives occurred. The Board of Barbering and Cosmetology issued a statement that said violations of the emergency order could involve the removal of license from barbershops and salons. So they want to pick on the little common people while we've been reading how filthy rich the billionaires are getting more billionaire rich, okay? Pharmaceutical companies are getting more and more rich. The senators and the congressmen that are invested in pharmaceuticals are getting more and more rich, while they're putting the poor people farther into the poorhouse. But let's go to article number 9. This woman has courage to say what millions of Americans are thinking: I'm done with this COVID insanity. Sane people are fed up with the insanity of the virus restrictions. A woman confronted in a store for not wearing a mask says what millions of people are thinking. I'm not saying COVID isn't real. I'm saying I'm not sick. I'm not sick, and asymptomatic spread has shown to be a myth. So why am I being treated like a sick person? This is a lie, and everyone's buying it. I'm done. Tonight I've reached a breaking point, and I'm done. I'm a healthy person. I'm not crazy. This is a psychosis for everyone to put all this stuff on their face when they're healthy is insanity. This guy writes, I completely agree with this woman. Do you have the courage to be like her? I'm going to leave y'all the links to this. Cheers to the woman not wearing a mask in aisle 4. If we all stood up to this, and we all told the businesses, no, we're not going to shop here no more. You can lose all your income. Businesses would change their mind about it if they lost their entire customer base because we all refused in mass not to do it. Now, this is article number 10. I got a notification about a month ago that told me in a few months my iPhone 4 won't be supported anymore. And so now this article from today from the Daily Mail, WhatsApp will stop working for millions of users with older smartphones on New Year's Day. I don't have WhatsApp, but this is just to force people out of their old phones. Like my old phone cannot download any new apps. It cannot put the health app on there, the tracking app. It can't put that on there. So now they want to force everybody to get a phone that is going to have that technology on it. iOS 9 and Android 4.03 will no longer be supported as of January 1st, 2021. iOS 9 was the last software update the iPhone 4 could receive and will be cut off. Users with these devices will lose access to their chats and their contents. WhatsApp users who use the app on iPhone 4 or older and outdated Android handsets will be unable to use the app properly as of January 1, 2021. The Facebook-owned messaging platform is stopping support of iOS 9, the operating software released by Apple in 2015. The move to stop support for older devices is a regular tactic of app developers, which frees up resources to be focused on improving the product for the majority of users who have more modern handsets. However, WhatsApp is one of the world's most popular apps with 2 billion users. I don't use it, so if my phone quits working, I just won't have a phone. So the people that have my number, if my phone quits working, you're going to have to email me. So anyway, I'll leave y'all's comments below and let me know what y'all think about the top 10. From Spain going to have a list of people not compliant. You're going on the list. Pope Francis going to resign. People upset with the Nashville mayor for laughing because we know it was Duper's life. To the bomber being deeply involved in conspiracy theories, and this was perpetrated by the internet, by anti-vaxxers. But if you be good little boys and girls and take your vax, you can go back to your normal life. BS. 2,500 people are going to be purposely injected with the virus through their nose. And how do you know when they weren't pushing stuff up your nose, they weren't doing something on that cotton swab that was going into your brain? And under the cover of darkness, 400 people snuck out of this resort. So now, presumably, they're going to spread the little germ everywhere because they tippy-toed out like a Tom and Jerry Pink Panther episode. Doom, 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 doom. You know, really, come on. To like a SWAT team raid going and shut down businesses while the rich people are getting filthy rich. To this little woman going hardcore saying, no, I'm done. I'm done. This is psychotic, all the mess y'all are doing to us. And to big tech wanting to force you out of your phones to be more compliant where you'll be more easily tracked. Y'all leave me your comments below and let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.